Jane.
He's leaving.
His sister didn't seem to want him to marry her.
Because she's not of the right caliber?
So, like, he chose to go with his sister? Bullshit!
I don't understand what would take him from Netherfield. Why would he not know when he was to return? Read it, I don't mind. Mr. Darcy is impatient to see his sister, and we are scarcely less eager to meet her again. I really do not think Georgiana Darcy has her equal for beauty, elegance, and accomplishment. So much so, I must hope to hereafter call her my sister. Is that not clear enough? Caroline sees that her brother is in love with you, and has taken him up to persuade him otherwise. But I know her to be incapable of willfully deceiving anyone.
Okay, so he's still...
One more like to think.
Yeah, he still loves
He
her.
loves you, Jane. Do not give up. Go to our aunt and uncle's in London. Let it be known you are there, and I am sure he will come to you.
He loves her, but now he's going to visit Darcy's sister. I think maybe the sister wants him to marry the Darcy's sister. But he's clearly in love with her.
My love to my sister.
It was the way of life back then, but I'm rooting for her, who's kind of rebelling against the idea of marriage for money. I'm so glad stuff changed, you know, with time. Society changed.
It's still like that in some places.
It's still like that in some places, but at least, you know, it's changing.
Well, I can say that they did those transition way better than Twilight.
Yeah. Don't compare the two.
Charlotte, thank you for your letter.
Great news. Great news. We've received an invitation to visit Rosings this evening from Lady Catherine de Bourgh.
How wonderful.
Do not make yourself uneasy, my dear cousin, about your apparel.
Just put on whatever you've brought that's best.
Lady Catherine's never been averse to the truly humble.
Oh my god.
One of the most extraordinary sights in all of Europe, is it not?
It's
The
beautiful.
glazing alone costs upwards of £20,000.
Your ladyship. Mr. Berg.
Can you be more awkward? Jesus. Oh my god, she's terrifying.
So you are Elizabeth Bennet?
I am, your ladyship.
To ask us to dine, Lady Catherine.
£300.
Ooh.
Mr. Darcy?
What is he doing there?
You know my nephew?
Yes, Ma'am. I had the pleasure of meeting your nephew in Hertfordshire.
Everyone is related.
Well, the world is indeed small.
Yes.
You mean to frighten me, Mr. Darcy, by coming in all your state to hear me. But I won't be alarmed, even if your sister does play so well.
I'm well enough acquainted with you, Miss Elizabeth, to know that I cannot alarm you, even should I wish it.
What was my friend like in Hertfordshire?
Prepare yourself for something very dreadful. The first time I saw him at the assembly, he danced with nobody at all. Even though gentlemen were scarce, and there was more than one young lady sitting down without a partner.
I knew nobody beyond my own party.
Oh, and nobody can be introduced in a ballroom.
Fitzwilliam, I need you.
I do not have the talent of conversing easily with people I have never met before.
Perhaps you should take your aunt's advice and practice.
She has a point. He's shy. They are very... not similar, but...
Jane.
her way of speaking her mind kind of reminds me of him, so... Jesus.
Mr. Darcy.
What's going on? He barged in, like...
Is there a fire?
There's something to say.
I'm afraid Mr.
dying?
and Mrs. Collins have gone on business to the village.
He came to see you.
This is a charming house.
I believe my aunt did a great deal to it when Mr. Collins first arrived.
I believe so. Shall I call for some tea?
No, thank you.
Okay. What did you want?
Good day, Miss Elizabeth. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, he has a problem with feelings. That's a beautiful house.
What on earth have you done to poor Mr. Darcy?
She doesn't know herself. I just offered tea.
Was ready.
So how long do you plan to stay in Kent, Colonel?
As long as Darcy chooses, I'm at his disposal.
Everyone appears to be at his disposal. Nobody doesn't marry and secure a lasting convenience of that kind.
Darcy is a most loyal companion. From what I heard in our journey here, he recently came to the rescue of one of his friends just in time.
What happened?
He saved the man from an imprudent marriage.
Who was the man?
His closest friend, Charles Bingley.
Yeah, that was my sister you're talking about.
Are we sure?
Mr. Darcy give a reason for this interference?
There were apparently strong objections to the lady. I think it was a family that was considered unsuitable.
So he separated them.
I believe so. I know nothing else.
Are we sure? Because it could be a misunderstanding. I have faith in maybe him not being a jackass.
Miss Elizabeth, I have struggled in vain and I can bear it no longer. These past months have been a torment. I have fought against my better judgment, my family's expectation, the inferiority of your birth, my rank, circumstance, all these things, and I'm willing to put them aside and ask you to end my agony.
I don't understand.
I love you.
Okay. But
Most ardently. Please do me the honor of accepting my hand.
she just learned like something that no.
Sir, I appreciate the struggle you have been through, and I am very sorry to have caused you pain. Believe me, it was unconsciously done.
Is this your reply?
Yes, sir.
Are you laughing at me?
No.
Are you rejecting me?
I'm sure that the feelings which, as you told me, have hindered your regard will help you in overcoming it.
Might I ask why, with so little endeavour at civility, I am thus repulsed?
And I might as well inquire why, with so evident a design of insulting me, you chose to tell me that you like me against your better judgment.
No, believe me, I
If
don't
I
mean...
was uncivil, then that is some excuse, but I have other reasons. You know I have.
What reasons?
Do you think that anything might tempt me to accept a man who has ruined, perhaps forever, the happiness of a most beloved sister?
You get it?
How could you do it?
Because I believed your sister indifferent to him.
Indifferent.
I watched them most carefully and realised his attachment was deeper than hers.
That's because she's shy.
Bingley, too, is modest and was persuaded she didn't feel strongly.
Because you suggested it.
I did it for his own good.
My sister hardly shows her true feelings to me.
He has trouble learning social cues.
His fault.
It was made perfectly clear that an advantageous marriage...
Did my sister give that impression?
No. No, there was, however, I have to admit, the matter of your family.
Our want of connection. Mr. Bingley didn't seem to vex
No, it was
himself
more
about
than
that.
that.
How, sir?
It was the lack of propriety showed by your mother, your three younger sisters, even on the occasion of your father.
Yeah, I just said we were trying too hard.
That makes so much sense, though.
And what about Mr. Wickham?
Mr. Wickham,
What excuse can you give your behaviour towards him?
you take an eager interest in that gentleman's
He told me of
concerns.
his misfortunes.
Oh, yes, his misfortunes have been very great indeed.
You ruin his chances, and yet you treat him with sarcasm.
So this is your opinion of me? Well, thank you for explaining so fully. Perhaps these offences might have been overlooked had not your pride been hurt by
My
my
pride?
honesty in admitting scruples about our relationship. Could you expect me to rejoice in the inferiority of your circumstances?
And those are the words of a gentleman. From the first moment I met you, your arrogance and conceit, your selfish disdain for the
Oh my
feelings of
God,
others made me realise that you were the last man in the world I could ever be prevailed upon to marry.
Pride and Prejudice. Literally.
Oh my gosh, kiss her!
Forgive me, madam, for taking up so much of your time.
It
Oh
would
my
have been
God,
the right time. It would have been, guys.
Oh my god, that was so well done!
Yes.
Oh my god, and
A lot of it makes sense now. Like I'm like, I thought it wasn't the sister maybe he was talking about, but then when he explained himself, it made a lot of sense. Like even we thought that the family was kind of cringy with how pushing they were being, and with what he said to her in the first meeting, you know, how she was probably just another lady trying to smile so she can get into a marriage. But he's a romantic! Deep down, he's a romantic! And he made a mistake, that's it. And I'm pretty sure there's more to the story with the soldier than we've heard.
He's a romantic at heart, but since he's shy,
He deals badly.
with social cues
And feelings.
yeah.
Even his own. And like, she hates the men right now, but she can't help but feel an attraction. A strong attraction. So, what now? I get why people love this movie.
I hope that her sister and the friend's gonna end up together, even though what happened.
Yeah.
My father loved Mr. Wickham as a son. In consequence, he left him a generous living. But upon my father's death, Mr. Wickham announced he had no intention of taking orders. He demanded the value of the living which he was given, and which he gambled away within weeks.
Okay.
He came back to see us last summer, at which point he declared passionate love for my sister, whom he tried to persuade to elope with him. She is to inherit £30,000. When it was made clear he would never receive a penny of that inheritance, he disappeared. I will not attempt to convey the depth of Georgiana's despair. She was 15 years old.
Jesus.
As to the other matter, that of your sister and Mr. Bingley, though the motives which governed me may to you appear insufficient, they were in the service of a friend.
Tried to save him from falling in the same trap as his sister.
You're right. I saw Mr. Darcy when I was at Rosings. Why did you not tell me? Did you mention Mr. Bingley? No. No, he did not.
What can you say to your sister that?
She said she was over him, so like, does she want to bring that back?
Yeah.
Although I don't...
But I have a question. Do you think that she was really in love with him? Or just the fact that he was a good suitor, he was infatuated with her?
Infatuated.
Yeah.
I don't know, like... I don't know.
Where exactly are we? I think we're quite close to Pemberley.
Mr. Darcy's home.
That's the fellow. Very well stocked lake. I've a hankering to see it.
Oh no, let's not.
Maybe you should.
I'd rather not. He's so what? He's so rich.
Heavens, listen, the snob you are. Objecting to poor Mr. Darcy because of his wealth. The poor man can't help it.
He won't be there anyway. These great men are never at home.
After everything she learned, she probably feels really bad about the way she judged him and the way she talked to him.
Yeah.
And now he opened his heart to her a little bit, so I'm like, this would be awkward. But it's also a chance to actually start something. Because they think alike. They don't want to marry for etiquette.
Appearance, yeah.
Yeah.